welcome to Mental Moments, where small changes can have lasting ripples. This week, been talking about anxiety, and this is the last of the series of this, and I'm going to talk about one of the number one problems of anxiety, and that's worrying. I love worry. Worry is wonderful. Somewhere along the lines, as you were going about your life and you started worrying about a thing and it actually worked out, you're like, oh, your brain's like, oh, that's all I have to do is worry. Okay, cool. If that were true, then every time we worry, it would have an impact on the outcome. So, I remember years ago, my husband and I went shopping, and we went to the big city. So I live in rural New Mexico, so there's a lot of empty space out here. And so went to Albuquerque doing Christmas shopping, and my mother-in-law called, and she goes, "Where are you guys at?" And we said, "Oh, we're in Albuquerque." And she goes, "Oh, why didn't you call me? Tell me these things. It causes me to worry." As though worrying is going to make sure that my car arrives in Albuquerque okay. There's no connection. There is no amount of worry on planet Earth that's going to have an impact on the outcome. Because if that was the case, all we had to do is we could just hire people to worry about us going on trips or these sorts of things, and everything would be fine. But we know there's no outcome. But somewhere along the lines, when we worried once and it actually worked out, our brain's like, that's associate. If I associate the outcome with the worrying, boy, it's great. I always think of this. Worry is like rocking in a rocking chair. A lot of energy expended, but you're not going to get anywhere. So, what to do instead of worry? How about be concerned and act on that concern? So, how do we be concerned and act on that concern? Let's say, I've been doing a lot of road trips this week. Let's say you're planning a road trip to Colorado in January. Okay, you can worry about that and just worry. Or you can look at weather reports. Plan routes that have the least amount of mountain passes, even if it takes you a little bit further around. You can have alternatives. Like, is it necessary? Do I have to be there in January up in the mountains? Or can I make this trip, say, June? How critical is this? What are some things that I can do to prepare? Can I get chains for my car? Should I rent a vehicle that has four-wheel drive? So those are concerns and acting on that concern. Say you're concerned about going to, it's 4th of July and going to a beach. So you're concerned about the number of people that are going to be there. And you're concerned about, getting a place, being able to get out on the beach. Is it safe for my kids? Is it safe for me? And then, so you'll research that. What are the safest beaches that I'm thinking about going to? What are some of the least populated beaches if you don't want to be around people? These sorts of things. So you can do the research and make the appropriate plans. Okay, that's being concerned and act on that concern. Say it's a psychological situation. So, let's say you have an upcoming medical procedure. A client had to have a pretty serious surgery on removing some cysts and doing some work on her back. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was pretty serious surgery. So she was worried about it. I said, well, let's be concerned and act on that concern. So we looked up information about the doctor. He was a specialist. He was highly rated. We looked at have this surgery versus not having this surgery. She was in a nice lower risk. There's no zero risk on a back surgery, but she was in a lower risk. And then we talked about, let's be medical compliant. Do what the doctor's telling you to do to prepare for this surgery. And then after the surgery, when you come home, how can you be compliant? How can you make sure that you benefit the most from this surgery? So in that case, is being concerned and act on that concern. Had that been, saying 80% chance that you're going to be paralyzed, the doctor's going to be very honest with you on that. You got a high risk chance that this surgery isn't going to work, or this surgery is going to have potential bad stuff. So, doctor's going to be pretty honest about that because they don't like being sued. So they're going to tell you what's going on. And then you can make that decision is the pain and my problem worth that risk? And if so, how can I lower that risk as much as possible? So being concerned and act on that concern. Again, it takes facts, it takes investigations, and then it takes planning. Plan out what I want to do. Worrying seems easier. All I have to do is, this is me sitting here worrying, going, oh my goodness, my goodness. And that's not fun. And it's counter and nothing happens. Whereas we can be concerned and act on that concern. All right, thank you. And if you missed any of the episodes of this week, you can always go back and check them out. And if you want to learn more about anxiety, I have a course on teaching grounding as a tool for when, these other tools haven't worked. I also teach a course on how to get rid of anxiety thinking altogether. So if you're interested, check it out at morejoyfullife.com. Thank you.